Hello, this is Tara. Today I'd like to talk to you about receipts. When you turn in your request for reimbursement with a tracking sheet, OWEB staff review the request and look for a receipt that matches each listed expense over $250. If we cannot find a receipt, we contact the grantee and ask for a replacement receipt to be sent.
Receipts must have the following information. Invoice number. For the invoice number, a date stamp can take its place. Name and address of seller, name of purchaser, date with year, and an itemized list of expenses. Please note, when working with contractors performing labor, the dates of service for the work performed needs to be on the receipt. Finally, we look for a total paid. Sometimes OWEB fiscal staff will find a receipt that does not meet our requirement. The area where we have the most problem is an itemized list of expenditures. Items must be unique enough to assure OWEB that the items were used on the project and not for any other purpose. In this example, OWEB staff could be assured that the items were appropriate for the grant by going back and looking at the grant budget. OWEB staff would also be assured the items were not purchased more than once because of the unique invoice number at the top of the receipt. What do you think of this receipt? It is not a receipt. This is a credit card slip. It shows that the payment has been made, but not what was purchased. This is an example of an acceptable receipt. This seems pretty straightforward, but when working with a contractor or other laborer, it is important to check out your proof of receipt for some major red flags. This invoice is a receipt that would not make it through the process. Why? There is no explanation of when, where, or what happened to create the cost. Descriptions need to have, at a minimum, the dates of service for the work performed. The completed date does not tell us what was done or when the service started. This example would not be a good receipt. This is a quote. It is not a proof of purchase. A statement such as this one is also not acceptable. A statement is a list of invoices, not proof of what was purchased on these invoices. Additionally, statements often start with the balance forward, list a series of invoices, and end with a balance. Sometimes they list late charges or other financing expenses that OWEB will not pay. This receipt would make it through review. It has the required information as well as the dates of service for the work performed and the items provided. This is particularly important if the date is around the start or end of the grant.
For example, if this grant started October 15, 2019, we would double check to make sure no work was done before that date.
Thank you for watching our video. If you have any questions, please contact Tara or Leilani.